Julia Lau from the ISEAS Yusof Ishak Institute highlighted the difference in Mr. Prabowo's tone this year and just how well received his efforts are to attract foreign investments.
What's interesting is the tone has been fairly measured and actually quite humble, right? So he started off by sort of, mentioning all the VIPs that were in the room, but he also has so-called regular Indonesians in the room as well. But he sent a sort of early on message that we've done all these things, but I'm just starting. My government is just starting. There are many things we have not finished doing. We are only starting to solve the problems for Indonesia. So far, and you did mention the speech is still going on, he's mentioned various big programs that his administration has pushed out. So I think the measured tone is interesting. It's probably also recognition that the government has come under a lot of criticism for various reasons. So there's a little bit of, not defiance, but justification, right? We are doing all these big programs. We need time. We're starting to tackle health, nutrition of school children. We're improving our schools. That's the most recent segment that we just heard. On the economy, he even cracked a joke. He said, if my finance minister is smiling, then I feel safe, right? So I think the president is demonstrating that he fully understands all the criticisms that have been leveled at the government, but at the same time, he's reiterating all the priorities that he came into office with. He also started by recognizing the importance of the situation and pointing out El Niño, pointing out other factors that Indonesia cannot control, but then very quickly moving on to all the things that his government has done so far. And he also repeated many times, right, these are the first programs in Indonesia's history, or this is the largest program in Indonesian history. So I think there's a sense of he is very aware that he needs to make some progress, and he's trying to bring the nation along with him. So what's good news, I guess, is he's finally dropped the 8% number, right, which a lot of people have questioned over the last 2 years. So I think that's realism setting in. People have waited for at least a year for him to sort of moderate his expectations. So I think finally we can say he's done that. He's no longer harping about 8% growth. 6% I think is doable, provided Indonesia does do all that it promises to do. And if they continue cutting spending, for instance, if they continue, looking for losses and stopping the hemorrhage in state-owned enterprises and elsewhere, that's some of the places that this can come from. I think the deficit should be safe. I mean, barring any other, heaven forbid, another war somewhere else in the world. We don't know. One unknown is El Niño, but like he went on a bit about self-sufficiency in 8 key food items, right? Indonesia is in a good place. I think there is every chance, barring, again, any unforeseen circumstances, that 6% is achievable by the end of the year. So I think if you put it all together and weigh all the social programs as well, I think he's clearly trying to tell investors, this country is going to grow. We are doing our best to put ourselves higher on the ladder, right? He talked about upstreaming. He talked about improving schools, more scholars being sent overseas, although still it's a sort of drop in the ocean. But I think he's trying to tell investors that there is a lot of room for, them to participate in Indonesia's growth. And I think depending on what sector you were in, like he, talked about the fisheries sector, commodities, Indonesia's sort of wealth, not just physical, but also, resources and people. So all these messages, I think, will be nice ones for the investors to hear.